Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to talk about something pretty cool, using AI to help write shell scripts. I know, AI and coding can be a bit of a mixed bag, but we're going to look at why shell scripting is this special little corner where AI can be an incredibly powerful and, a surprisingly reliable partner.
All right, let's just get right to it and address the elephant in the room. I mean, can you really trust an AI to write your code? If you're a developer, you've almost certainly heard the horror stories, right? The warnings about just blindly copying and pasting AI-generated code. And you know what? For a lot of situations, those warnings are there for a very, very good reason.
So, let's start by admitting something. There's a real problem with AI in coding. It's a totally valid concern that, when you ask an AI to write, say, a Python script or some Terraform, it can sometimes make a bigger mess than what you started with.
And this is where things get really, really interesting. Look at this comparison. For something like Python or Terraform, the AI is trying to hit a moving target, right? It might spit out code that uses outdated packages, modules that don't exist anymore, or worse, code with known security holes. But with shell scripting, it's a totally different ballgame. Why? Because shell scripting is built on this rock-solid foundation of commands that just don't change. So why is shell scripting so different? What makes it this perfect use case for an AI helper? It all boils down to one simple, powerful idea: stability.
I mean, think about it. A shell script you wrote 3, maybe even 5 years ago, it's almost guaranteed to work today. Now, you absolutely cannot say the same for a lot of other languages. The core pieces of the shell were just built to last. The way they work, their syntax, it's just incredibly consistent.
Just look at these commands. These are the timeless building blocks we're talking about. Things like grep, sed, a simple for loop, ls, pwd. These tools work the exact same way they did years ago. Heck, some of them for decades. And that incredible stability, well, that makes the AI's job a whole lot easier. And it means the code it generates for you is way, way more reliable.
Okay, so because of all this stability, we can start to think about AI in a completely new way. We can move past this idea of it being some kind of magic black box that you just hope gives you the right answer. Instead, we can start treating it like a true collaborator. Let's call it your AI pair programmer. So, what is this AI pair programmer exactly? Well, it's a whole new mindset. The AI isn't just some tool you command to spit out code. No, it's working with you. Think of it like a senior dev sitting next to a junior. You give it the big picture, the high-level plan, and it helps you fill in all the nitty-gritty details, offering suggestions as you go.
And this changes everything about how you work. Your role completely shifts. You're not the junior dev anymore, trying to remember every single command flag. You're the architect. You're the one with the vision, the one who designs the solution. The AI is your coder. It takes your grand plan and translates it into the actual script, doing the heavy lifting on the implementation side. Now, like any good partnership, this whole thing only works if you communicate well, right? So to really make this collaboration with your AI partner effective, there are basically 4 simple rules you need to follow. 4 best practices to guide it.
So here's the bottom line. You have to treat the AI like a person you're working with. Give it context. Start with a descriptive file name so it knows what you're trying to do from the get-go. Then write detailed comments at the top explaining the goal. Use variable names that actually make sense. You're constantly feeding it clues. And hey, if it ever spits out something that makes you scratch your head, just ask it. Make it explain what it just did.
Okay, so that's all the theory, but how does this actually work in practice? Let's put these rules to the test and see what happens when we try to get a real-world task done with an AI partner like GitHub Copilot. All right, so here we go. We start by creating a file with a good descriptive name. Then, right at the top, we just write comments, plain English. We're telling it exactly what we want. The description, create a VPC in AWS, then create a public subnet inside it. And then we give it some conditions. Hey, before you do anything, make sure that AWS CLI is installed and configured. That's it. That's the entire project brief for our AI partner. And boom, look at that. This is the result. Just from those few lines of comments, the AI gets to work and generates the entire script. It sets up the variables. It writes the if statement to check if the AWS CLI is installed, just like we asked. And then it writes the actual AWS EC2 commands to create the VPC in the subnet. It's not magic. It's just a direct translation of our instructions into working code. Zero guesswork involved. And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The big takeaway here is that once you shift your thinking, once you stop seeing AI as just a dumb code generator and start treating it like a true pair programmer that you can guide, you unlock this incredibly powerful and really reliable way to get complex stuff done. So now the question isn't, can the AI do it? It's, okay, now that we have this, how would you ask your AI partner to add a delete function? What's the next instruction you're going to give it?